Hello, and welcome to another art session. More dinosaurs, more dinosaurs. I'm having a blast. This is so much fun. So tonight we're going to be doing, oh wait, I gotta get my, sorry, 1 second. I'm going to be working on some prompts for this week, because I want to get a couple, try to get a couple of these started tonight. So I gotta get my iPad out so I can, I forgot to, I should have done this before stream started, I apologize, but I've been working on one today at work, well this week actually. And my iPad's dead, so okay. I guess we can work on some other ones while I'm cleaning this up and while this is powering up. Because I got pretty far with this one, I don't want to start over. So, okay. Hello! Nice! Came in time for what? I'm working on dinosaurs today. It's funny, at lunch I was talking about it and I went on this entire rant about Jurassic Park and like why the dinosaurs are they are the way they are in those in the movies, and even a little bit in the books, but more in the movies. Where I was just like, oh wow, we're both busy. That's a lot. I was working on, oops, that's not what I was working on. I am working on the comic, but where's the thing I was working on last night? I'll show you. I was working on this drawing for fun last night. Here it is. Yeah, I was just listening to some heavy metal and just like wanted to give myself like an anime cover for my channel. So I'm trying to come up with like this cool like either this might be like some kind of screen for the channel, but I was just having fun, honestly. It might mean nothing. Like sometimes you just need those days where you're just like drawing just stuff. There's no real reason to it. It's just like stream of consciousness kind of drawing where I was just trying to like come up with an idea. So it was fun though. I'm liking it where it's going. It needs to be cleaned up obviously. But I was just like I just like watched a few anime and I was like inspired and I wanted to try and do my own. Kind of look for my like a manga cover, kind of look for my channel. I might finish it up. So iPad charged yet? Yippee, it's charged. I can 1 second, I gotta send an image to my computer. I probably could just like connect these two the old-fashioned way, but thank you. Yeah, it's just fun to have it, to make those kind of drawings where you're just like, you're not. Come on, computer, come on, what you doing? Man, it's taking forever to render this. But this has been really fun working on all these different creatures for Dinovember. Oh, I just got a encyclopedia of different fairy folk, so I'm gonna be working on. I'll be probably next month going through this and trying to come up with some cool like winter fairy folk to do art of. Maybe even in the style of my comic, like make modern versions of them. Because I've done that before with some. Like there's that the Yule lads. And what is it, Glenda? Yeah, or Gren, I forget. The troll witch where she yeah. One second, I gotta share JPEG. To me, where's me? Sorry, this will take 1 second. I should have done this sooner. But yeah, I'm trying to plan for the next month too, because I might honestly give myself a mini vacation from work, because I have some vacation time, and I think I'm gonna try and do like a big project in December. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I went on this long rant about like all the like different. Oh no. Yeah, I just got this book by Teresa Bain. It's hefty. I thought this was gonna be like. There's like let's see. The index is. Wow, this is big. There's almost like 400 pages in here. Oh, the Iliad's good. Hello, Azura. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, Dinovember's been fun. This is the oh, let me see 1 second. Get the name up. I think it's like my brain's blanking on what this dinosaur is. I think it's the Dinovember. I can find it. Oh, cool. One of my drawings came up right away in Dinovember. That's good. Yippee. Because this isn't there's been several that have been really, Oh, here we go. Okay. It's the Kentrosaurus. Yeah, it's a, part of the Stegosaurus family that just decided, like, you know what? Mom and Dad, I want to be more metal than you. You guys are too timid with your just plates and spikes at the end of your tail. I'm gonna go hardcore, like, guar and get these, like, curved spikes coming out of my shoulder blades, and then my back is gonna be covered in spikes too. Nothing you can do about it. No, just kidding. Oops, I should probably keep that up because I need to use that. But yeah, no, it's been really. Dinovember has been so much fun. Here's trying to find. I just 1 second. I gotta get the. I just emailed myself. I got a new draw. Been working on the Dilophosaurus, which is that little creature from Jurassic Park that spit at Nedry, but in the real. Hello. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, this is the creature that ate Nedry or Newman, as some may think of. Oh, Newman. Although, to be fair, or to be honest, in the book it was so much darker because they... I could be wrong on this, but it was much more accurate to what they actually, how they behave. Yeah, this is what they look like. So I'm gonna be yeah. This is just because, yeah, in the book it pretty much let's just say it saw Nedry as a meal and it decided, I want to play with my food. So it did. And it was really dark. Like, that whole scene was just like, it wasn't like him getting to have the last word. It literally just like, it attacked him and severely injured him, and then it bit his head. And then as he's crawling, it just started taking nips at him. So yeah, he in the movie he got it up. Well, from what we didn't really see the whole thing in the movie either, so it could have been just as bad in the movie. Like, it looked pretty nasty even in the movie, but it was just he wasn't inside. I guess the only difference was in the book he wasn't in the car. So in fairness, I guess they stayed pretty true to it. It is. All of them are. Like, especially the velociraptors. Oh my gosh, those were... They left out the entire part from the books that the velociraptor... It wasn't the T-Rex that made it to the mainland. It was the velociraptors that escaped. And even in the movie, it seems like they were hinting at that. Because if you look on the boat, it's like... There's no crew. And you're like, okay, guys, I'm willing to, like, suspend disbelief for, like, Hollywood magic, but the T-Rex is downstairs, locked up. Are you trying to tell me that he, like, ninja'd upstairs through, like, a crack in a wall? Or maybe he like, glitched through a wall and then he ate everyone and then, like, got shot back downstairs so that someone could open the doors and have him... Is it a him? Oh, no, it's a her. I'm sorry, it's a her. Having her there. Because that's right, all of them are females. But yeah, she's just down there chilling, you know, just singing some sea shanties. Yeah, because that was supposed to be a velociraptor got him, and it was like, nope. They had, like, Freddy Krueger version, the ghost version of the T-Rex came up through the ground and got that guy. Never could have seen that coming. I don't think anyone would have. I never even saw the making of that movie either, so I'm not even sure what they were thinking when they made that scene, because that does lead to questions. Another thing I was thinking of today is, since they're all malnourished and obviously abused, I mean, that explains why... Because in the past I've always been like, I wonder why they go for humans, because humans aren't a good meal. But then I think about, like, current events with, like, all these, like, orcas that have been attacking their trainers, and I'm like, oh, it's probably abuse. they're probably not very happy with the sight of humans. They always, because like the T-Rex is underfed. Like, just anytime they want to get the T-Rex to come out into the open for visitors to see, they give it like table scraps of like a goat, which is nowhere near enough calories for that poor creature. That creature, she's just like, why did you call me? It took more calories to get over here than that thing's gonna give me. Why did you bring me over here? Well, I mean, except, well, on their, in their case, yes. But honestly, if they had actually time traveled instead of like, I mean, that's a big thing to say, but if they had time traveled instead of genetically engineering them, a T-Rex would probably ignore a human if there was a Brontosaurus around that was sick. You know, like a Brontosaurus is going to give them a lot more calories, and they need those. So they're not gonna care about a little human when a full meal they could probably feed them and their kids. Because, as the second movie pointed out, that they don't hunt in packs, but they do have a family unit, kind of like how alligators take care of their children. So, yeah, so there are limits to how much they'll stretch their. I mean, don't get me wrong. If a human just like walked in front of them and started making noise, they're gonna make an example out of them pretty quick, for sure. Like bears today. Like bears don't really. Although bears probably get more from humans than a T-Rex would. Yeah, here too. It snowed earlier this week. I think the other funny thing though is they always make like herbivores look like pushovers. But if you know anything about like herbivores now, like zebras are so violent. So like the thought of like a like Brachiosaurus getting beaten, I mean a whole herd of Brachiosaur just getting taken down by that genetically engineered dinosaur in the New World movies is so silly, because they would just step on it. I don't care if it's invisible. They would just sense it and just be like, my friend just got eaten, so I'm going to start thrashing around, and you're going to get hit by my tail, and that's going to be the end of you. Kind of like how a zebra can take out a lion. Oh, you do? You want snow? You can have ours. Right? Keep forgetting dinosaurs were real. Yeah, those movies are counting on it. They're just like, they won't look this stuff up. It's not like there's an entire like Discovery Channel like special called Walking with Dinosaurs, which has been updated like 8 times. Zebras are cool. It's just that you just don't want to, like, but like any animal, my point is you just don't want to underestimate them, because if they're stressed out, I mean, they're a very stressed out herbivore because everything around them can eat them. So, just treat them with respect, and with the proper amount of respect, with like the space you give them when you walk up to them, and you're good. But I've heard of some horror stories about people who accidentally walked up, surprised one in a zoo, and it hurt them bad. Oops, that's really bad. That's way too small. Oh, it's we got a light dusting. We have like enough snow here that the roads were kind of slick like earlier this week. But it's not too bad, so it'll get, I'm sure, December. We always get this weird like early like November like blast of snow, and then it might be fine later in the month. Like the roads are already better, and then we'll randomly just in January get buried. Like so much snow. Gotta clean this up. I keep messing up the foot. Yeah. It'll look better once I get the color in, because this is just some of these lines are just placeholder. But that was the other thing they got wrong. I mean, I was talking about this today too when I was talking to someone. I think when Michael Crichton wrote the book, because I think he described them the same way they were in the movie. I can't remember. I'll have to check. It's been a while since I've read that book. But I think he described them as being like the frilled lizard. And later on, even he found out that they have these crests on their head. And that's it. They don't actually have well, then you need to make like I recommend just have like whenever you have like a artist block, use those days to draw feet. Because like that's what got me better, was on days when I couldn't figure out what to draw, I would draw feet. I would do all my anatomy studies, and it definitely helped me improve over time. I mean, I'm still not perfect, obviously. You're never gonna, well, to be fair, you're never gonna be perfect. I know people that are like leagues better than me that warn me about that, where they're just like, yeah, don't expect perfection ever. And I think I've talked about that a few months ago on this channel, where I said there's several proverbs like in different cultures, even like between like, I think there's like an Italian story and there's a Japanese story where like someone tried to do like a perfect drawing. Well, that's cool. Oh, she's going to get you one. Oh. There's a lot of good ones. But anyway, like there was the one I remember is the Japanese one where I think he was drawing a swan for like 40 years or something like that, or maybe even longer than that. And like, even at the end of his life, he said he still didn't make it perfect, but he did get to the point where he could draw them really fast. And there was, I think the Italian one was like a bicycle or something. I forget. But the point is, it's just like you're never gonna 100% make it look perfect, but so just do your best, and you'll improve over time as you draw it. Which is what I need to. Which is funny because I say stuff like that, and then I look at my comic and I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to this. I'll finish this. I'll get this online soon. And it's like, just put it online. Stop procrastinating. It's not going to be great, but it will be online. It will be published. Yeah, I'm going to try and get it up before the end of the year because I really want to get started on the second part of the story. So... yeah, it's so easy to just like lock yourself into like when you're working on a story to be like, oh, it'll be perfect eventually. It's like, no, it won't. It never will be. Perfect is the enemy of done. Oops, that eye's not far enough back. That's what's wrong. I need to push it a little further back. Yeah. Because their eyes are way back here. Yeah, it's a common problem. I think a lot of us do it without even meaning to. I think another thing I would look up with Jurassic Park is seeing like in the book. I wonder if they explain like how these creatures like grow so fast. Because, like, it feels like they're just, like, on the speed that they're, like, I know that these creatures, I mean, pop up, I mean, like, pretty quick, I'm sure, but it just feels like they're really growing fast to the point where, like, the amount of energy it must take to grow is far more than the food that they have available could provide. So my point is they all have philosopher's stones for hearts. Full Metal Alchemist. Prehistoric era. Father is just a plesiosaur. Were they? Even if they... I guess... But that's kind of my point, though, is that you can't really... If they were genetically modified to grow faster, wouldn't they need more food? I don't know. These are small nitpicks, honestly. And I'm only nitpicking because I love these movies. Like, I'm not, like, nitpicking to prove that they're bad. I love the original Jurassic Park. I need to fix these crest on his head, because right now it looks like he's like got a toaster head and there's two pieces of toast coming out of him. Like... Yeah, I mean, and there's always going to... I think that's the biggest That's something that, as I've been working on my story, I kind of, like, have learned to, like, forgive more. Especially because I went back and, like, looked at other, like, creators. Like, I used to give Dragon Ball Z a lot of trouble for its inconsistent plot holes, but then I realized they weren't inconsistencies. They were more, like, planned retcons. Like... he knew that he was going to change them. I mean, he would come up with a new ideal, and then he'd just be like, that's all I needed. This ideal's better. Yeah. Because it's easy to find plot holes, for sure. But I don't think they ever really, like... I mean, they shouldn't... I used to be guilty of letting them control whether I liked the movie or not, but now I kind of just realized, even when I was doing it, that the films I really liked, even when I pointed out the goofy plot holes, I still love those movies. Like, I mean, Star Wars. Sure, the new stuff isn't great, but the old stuff had holes in it too. And I still like those. Honestly, like, especially with like the when the episode 1, 2, and 3 came out, I used to be really hard on those because like those were the new movies back in the day. And then the newer stuff came out and I'm like, it wasn't that bad, was it? It's like, it could. I could almost like just like be like, oh yeah, that would. This is pretty good. Anakin's not that bad of an actor, actually. Even when he was a kid, he's still better than a lot of the things now. So. Same with the Jurassic Parks. Ugh. I mean, don't get me. I like Chris Pratt. Don't get me wrong. But the stories kind of got a bit goofy in the newer ones, with like the whole cynical, like, oh look, Sprite is gonna like commission this dinosaur. It's like, why? Are they gonna genetically create the spot for 7-Up? See, that's what I would do if I were them. If I were like a corporation, I would be like, can you genetically modify it with our corporate colors? Make one that's like bioluminescent, that like a T-Rex that's bioluminescent and is red and white, so that Diet Coke can have a new mascot. the Christmas T-Rex. Yeah, why was it a Rancor? Because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I didn't see it very well, so I'm like, oh my gosh, is that like a giant frog? Because that would have been cool. Like, because you know how they're made from amphibian DNA. I would have been like, oh, that's clever. It mutated. The DNA meshed so poorly with it that it wrote their the dino DNA and just made it a giant frog. That would have been scary. Because like, there's so many creatures now that people don't realize we're so lucky they're smaller than us, and a frog would be one of them. Where like like bullfrogs are ravenous. We're lucky that they don't see us as food. But if there was one like that was big enough to see us as food, then that would be bad. And also, it would have given it a consistent size. Yeah. It looked like that. It looked like a Rancor mixed with an alien. And it looked... And the worst part was, they kept changing the size of it. Because I think in one scene, it fits one person in its mouth. And in the next scene, it fits a helicopter in its mouth. And you're like... guys, can it grow? is this like Kaiju number 8, where like its second form? There used to be an anime where they had dinosaurs. They need to make more of those. I forgot what that one was called, but there was a manga that had dinosaurs. I forgot the name of it, though. Also, if it was a Rancor, all they had to do was close the door on its head. That's how you kill. That's how you take them out, right? I learned that from the Star Wars movies. It is kind of crazy. I haven't watched much of the new stuff in the Star Wars TV TV shows. Does anyone ever ride a rancor in any of the new shows? Because they should. That was in the books. There are warriors. I think it was the Mandalorians that could ride them. I forget. Or maybe there was another alien race that could ride the rancors. I forget what they were. But point being, it would look cool to have someone riding a rancor. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Dino, yeah. And it's funny, I'm gonna check something out. I mean, it doesn't matter, but like, they keep mixing dinosaurs with things that aren't dinosaurs in those movies. Yeah, the Mosasaurus is a reptile. It's not a dinosaur. It's just like they kept making. They brought one of those in there, and I'm like, guys, there are dinosaurs. I mean, wait, let me check something out. Oh, they're reptiles too. Never mind. I mean, you didn't even. I mean, it's. I guess it's fine. It's just one of those things where it's like, why stop there? If you wanted, they could have put. If they're going to put like Mosasaurus in the park, there are plenty of like actual like cuddly creatures that would have been a lot safer, probably. You know, there probably could have been like some really nice little like rodents they could have gotten that were like the Jurassic version of a capybara. So, because I think there's a bigger descendant for that, and it probably would be, I mean, as long as you didn't like stress it out, it'd probably be just as chill. Or you could just give it like food that makes it chill. Oh, cool. Start this up again. Get some of these colors again. Oh, okay. Wait, that's it? I thought plesiosaurs were bigger than that. No, that can't be right. Yeah, it sounds fun though. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna add more to this too. I'm not just making this brown, so. Wow, 24 seconds. That's gonna be a. I mean, 24 seconds is a bit of work. So good luck. People always think, oh, that's not much time, but it's like, hey, okay, good. Depends how you're drawing it too. Like, because like if you do it on like 1s and 3s, then that is a lot of work. So, best of luck. Yeah, I'm working on an animatic for my character lore. So hopefully that'll be done sometime next month, I think. I'm trying to get it done. Talking about how we got marooned in the fairy realm. Nice. That'll be fun. That'll be fun though. What? Wait, that. Whoa. Oh, okay. Ah, nice. Sorry, I was just looking at I found a skeleton of the Dilophosaurus to see like how big they are, and they're like twice as tall as an average human being. So that would have made that scene very different. Wow, that's big. Yeesh. Like, here, I'll show you. That's me. Don't let me. Here we go. This is from yeah, look at that. That's the skeleton, and those are people behind it. That's how big it is. That's ridiculous. That's much bigger than the creature from the movie. That's like, look at that. Sheesh. I don't think I gave it credit. I need to make its mouth bigger. Like, the mouth is way bigger. I drew a. That's why mine looks weird, or why mine looks off. Is I didn't make the mouth this big. Yeah. Wow. I still haven't seen that. I just finished this TV show that Zack Snyder did called Twilight of the Gods. So I'll have to give that a try next. Because Twilight of the Gods was pretty cool. It was like the ending was interesting. I mean, I kind of knew it was heading in that direction, but it still was really good. So, I definitely recommend, if you ever get, I mean, there's no rush on watching it because it'll be on Netflix for a while, I bet. But, like, it was pretty cool. I can't. I forget why this does this. Hang on, actually, I don't even need to do that. I forgot about this. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll detect that out though, because it sounds good. I kind of in between shows now anyway, so that now would be a good time. I mean, I'm starting to try and I might try and watch some more of There we go. That's a longer beat. That's a bigger mouth. Trying to watch the rest of Has Been, because I kind of fell off that for a little bit, but I might try and get back to it. My problem is I kind of have to be in a specific mood to watch something that's I know is a musical, like, which is, I know you were just talking about a musical, but that one's new too. Like, I don't know the characters, so, well, I mean, I do because I know the stories, but it'll still be interesting to see something different. Whereas, like, Has Been, I kind of saw the characters in the first season, and yeah, no, I do too. But I'm just hoping that I love the I think my problem sometimes can be like I let expectation kind of spoil. Like, I'll like think something's going to go a certain way, and then it kind of disappoints me when it doesn't. Like, they really made Alistair look really cool, so now I can see how they're kind of in a bind where if he doesn't do something incredibly amazing this season, then it's going to annoy a lot of people. So, we'll see. I mean, it still could be good. I guess I'm just confused with, like, why they thought that, like, the V's would be a good, like, enemy for him when he is, like, not even considering them as adversaries, really. It seems he's more concerned about his servitude, like his contract, than he is the V's at all. That's how the first season painted him, where he's just like, okay, cool. Yeah, because it kind of, like, in the first season, he was just like, if anyone even, when Husker mentioned, like, even mentioned his contract, he got really mad. So, and that was, he knows that the V's are out there watching him, and he's not really bothered at all by that. I mean, that's just another day in his life for him. He's used to these underlords nipping at his heels. I kind of like that eye better, even if it's not 100% accurate. It just looks better. Looks meaner. I think with the V's, what throws me off is that their power dynamic is... Okay. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind on them, but their power dynamic at the moment seems a little bit weird, where it's like you have... one of them I get. Vox seems like a threat from one point of view. I think the problem is in the first few episodes, they really make Valentino look like a kind of dumb. He's really painted stupid. Like, they went heavy on that brush. And I mean, I get it, but I'm like, whoa, how am I supposed to be scared of this guy? He can't even, like... keep up with Vox. Like, he's a violent guy, yeah, but that just means that he's maybe dangerous for one character. So, but I'm sure, like you said, things are starting. They're only building things up, and more is going to develop as the episodes go on. So, I'll give it a chance. Good. Okay. Yeah. I think the other problem is, like, and maybe it's just because I don't pay. I kept. It's been a while since the last season, but I forgot what the girl's name was even in the V's. I keep forgetting her name, and there's two sides to that. The other side is that, like, she doesn't seem like it's nearly as big of a threat as the other two. She's kind of like and I mean, I know why she's there, but I just don't see why she's considered on the same level as them. And maybe that'll be answered too. I hope it is, because, like, right now it's like you have this guy who's smiling through aggression with Valentino, and you have Vox who's just, like, obviously doing the same, but in an even less subtle kind of way. And then she's there just... I mean, she did get that one song in the first season that was pretty good. I misread that as Velveeta. I'm like, well, she is cheesy. No, I know. No, I'll check into. Like I said, I'm not giving up on the show. I like the arts. I'm always for promoting, even because that show started off as an indie, and I want more indies. So I don't want to be the one to like be so harsh on a new show. Like, this is the season. Because, I mean, like, I mean, I felt kind of bad. I think it's also because, like, back in the day, I used to be kind of a little hard on Korra. And then now I love that show. Like, I listen to the podcast all the time with the two of them. With her and Dante Bosco have a podcast. And it's so much fun. But back in the day, I was kind of hard on the story because I kept being like, these characters are... I didn't like her nearly as much as Aang back in the day, but that changed. But yeah, so I don't want to be like that with this either. Where I want to give it a chance because it's easy to be critical, you know. And I know, and at this point, it could also be that they finally got Amazon to relax a little so they can take their time. Because I think that was their problem last season, was that, like, they didn't have the assurance of another season, so they kind of had to put everything they could in that first season. Whereas now, if they do have the okay from Amazon, and I'm sure they do, they probably are going to they're going to slow down the pace, which I want them to do, because it's a big world. It's the entire, like, afterlife. Take your time. Also, hire me to make the archangels, please. That would be a fun job. Just do the Viz Dev work for the archangels. I mean, the actual archangels, not the strike squad. I'm talking like Michael. Because once they get to him, that's when things are going to get real. Like he's another angel. That's going to be the real threat. Like Adam is a human that was given angel abilities, I guess. I never really quite understood that, but sure. I guess eventually. Yes, I love Arcane, and I know that one kind of had some. Did that one have? I can't remember if that one had like harsh critique for that, but I mean, all those characters have been were really great. Like the character, I have the art book. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you could drop by. But yeah, Arcane's great. Yeah, have a good night. I'm so excited for the next season. When they announce it, because I know they're going to make another season. I was all over YouTube after that series ended, and they're like, look at this and this and this and the ending of the show. They're clearly going to do another season. I was like, yes. Yes. It's yeah. Well, like everyone's character designs in that are just amazing. Like everything they did with the character design in that show was just like really well thought out and really just all around really fun. Like, and they had one of my favorite story of it had that really good crime story of two brothers growing up and kind of like just neither one's perfect, but one took a less violent route. Because he felt like the greater good was to just there was a hint that at the very last second she used her ability to power jump into that alcove before the thing happened. So maybe. I think it's possible that she's still alive. I don't think it's going to be about her though, or if she's going to be in it, then they might bring in more characters in the next season. Because I mean, Arcane deals with several different nations, so they might have more people from maybe a third country might appear in the city. And there might be a completely new point of view, and there might be hints. Maybe, yeah. We don't know. We don't know what his limits are, so it's possible. I mean, in the show, so many times people have been hit by things that, a regular person wouldn't survive. But, heck, Jinx in general should be, at least has used up at least 3 lives. So there's no way of saying definitively anyone's. Well, I mean, 1 or 2 definitively, I guess, but but other than those, yeah, no, it's anyone's guess what happens to a lot of these characters. See, My friend was my friend was a big fan of that game. He tried to get me to see it. He tried to get me excited for it, but I just looked at it and said, I was just looking at like I was playing probably Bloodborne at the time, and I'm like, I'd rather just play my game where I have a big third-person character than a tiny little like KOTOR character. Well, not KOTOR. I mean oh gosh, what was that called? Like Warcraft 3. Oh wow. Because I did play Warcraft 3 when you had the heroes mode where you had tournaments. Yeah, it's kind of it's also a big time investment, and much like those shooters and stuff, it has a very specific type of people that maybe they might not be like this, but there are people in there that are really just. I've seen some games where people are pretty rude in those games, like because it's a vast collection of different age groups, and that means that there's going to be a lot of younger people just yelling really mean insults at you for not knowing things that you definitely wouldn't know because you're new to the game. That used to drive me crazy when I would play games and it would be like, they were like, what, are you new to this? I'm like, yeah. Be right back, I need some water. That's kind of why I started to get into. I have a few fun games on my computer just for whenever I finally have time to play some, like Repo and those kind of games, you know? Because like I want games where like it's low stakes and like no one if you lose it's just like one loss out of many and you can just reload the same with Lethal Company, like games like that where it's just like it's all low stakes fun. There's not, if you lose whatever worst case scenario you just used up a few, like maybe like 20 minutes. I tried it in single player and it's fun. I like the little Muppet robots. They're really cute. Plus, when they added in more, I can't remember if this was a mod but there was one where they had like added expressions, and that was pretty funny. It might have been a mod, or maybe I forget. But I watched someone play it with those, and that was pretty hilarious. Because they were giving each other the side eye look and stuff like that. It looks like a good time. And there's apparently there's new enemies added recently, so that's interesting that they added in a few new monsters to change up how you play the game. Because right now what I'm playing is in my own time is Silk Song. And oh my gosh, that's such a good game. It's hard at parts, but it's so reward. It's just like any like Souls like game where like it's hard, but once you like pass a boss, you get that surge of like yes. You just get that dopamine hit of just like I did it. Right now I'm stuck on a boss and she's rough. But like the some of the NPCs in that are, I mean, one of them became like pretty much like the mascot for the game. That little guy with the bell. But there's also this I think her name is Chakra. She sells you maps, and like the song that she sings is really catchy. Well, Moon Knight is intimidating. Like I don't even read the comics, and I've heard people talk about that, saying that like he's definitely a character in the comics that was just no joke, just like kind of crazy. I think it's because, like, unlike most heroes, he's not afraid to get hurt. So, like, I mean, I guess that's true for Wolverine too, but he's kind of like that, but, like, he gets put into situations that, like, that no one... He kind of shows up places and surprise villains, I guess, from what I hear. Yeah, that's what I hear, he's literally crazy. Doesn't he, in one story, I don't know if any of his skins in the game have to do with this, but doesn't he turn into a werewolf or something like that? Or I forget. I thought that there was something like that where he does have like some kind of like. I know that he is linked to the moon god, but I thought he also kind of like had lichen powers as well. Oh, okay, it's one of those. Kind of like Ghost Rider. But he probably doesn't talk as much as Ghost Rider. I remember when I was young, I picked up a Ghost Rider comic once, and I got like 3 pages in. It was a mini comic, and even then, I got like 2.5 pages in, and I'm like, this is a book. This isn't this is barely a comic book. This is more like just a book. It's like reading Spawn. I think that's where Todd McFarlane got the inspiration for the writing, honestly. Like the way that's written and everything, it's wordy. Right? Well, yeah, I'm trying to make it look more like it's what it's supposed to be, which is like this like tan kind of color, which doesn't help with the French toast look. So, because it's like there's bone underneath it, actually. Like, I mean, you saw that picture, so yeah, he's. Or it can be red, I guess? I don't know, it's confusing. There's like a couple different renderings. Oh, maybe I'll make it red, because there's already so much red up here anyway, so I can kind of maybe like transition it up into red at the tip, kind of, and start down in like a brown to, yeah, something like that, where it's like it kind of shifts. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. That's how I'm, and a bunch of different references from other places for ideas. Yeah, that skeleton is just so massive. It's incredible how big this creature is. I think, honestly, I might redo the tail, because I think making it curved like that is part of what's making it small. Yeah, let's just... I'm gonna make it a straight tail, because curving it makes it look smaller. Like, yeah. I don't mind if it goes off the page, because curving it definitely, yeah, look at that. That already makes it look bigger. Because it's going to be able to balance all this stuff in the front, so it needs a tail that's longer. Do. Yeah, it... If I read the description, probably a scat. What? Really? Oh, okay. It could probably take down bigger things with its hands and feet, because it does have claws. I mean, it's not like a Mega Raptor with like those. I think I don't remember if you were. Let's see current art. This is a Mega Raptor. It's I kind of made it purposely dark, but I need to clean it up a little. But look at those claws. Like those are some like Freddy Krueger like long claws. I mean, they're not as long as those that one herbivore from that showed up in the was that the second to last? Yeah, that was like the second to last Jurassic Park movie. But yeah. Interesting thing about this raptor, it's called a Mega Raptor, but it doesn't have the toe. I guess it doesn't need it anymore when it gets that big, because it has the claws instead. So, yeah. Oops. Yeah. Okay, it probably didn't even have its head up this high, honestly. Because it says here it's mostly probably a scavenger, honestly. But they believe that it could possibly take down certain things, but it didn't have very strong jaws, which would explain even further and make that scene that I was talking about earlier make even more sense, because like if it doesn't have strong jaws, it would be like it wouldn't like take down a person in one bite like a T-Rex. It would have to take nips, which that's pretty bad too. I don't like that. I'd almost prefer the one bite. Plus, I mean, a T-Rex, it's like its head is like big enough that it could probably just like in one bite, even with though they're not as big as some movies used to show them. I mean, 13 feet tall is still really big. And that's 13 feet tall when it's like this. Like how this guy is. When, like, where it's counterbalancing its head with its tail. So that's big. I think we did this rant already. Yeah, because I was talking about last time about how someone was telling me that 13 feet sounds small, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. It's like, if you think 13 feet is small, then you must think a moose is tiny. And if so, then I don't want to live in the world that you live in. Because moose are huge. They're taller than your car, than an SUV. So that's too big for me. when the creature outside can just like chase down my vehicle, and it puts it in jeopardy with me, that's too big. I gotta fix it now that I got rid of the reference. Oops, no. I think we've been spoiled by too many like kaiju movies. That some people think that like if it's not bigger than the Empire State Building, it's small, and it's like a lot of things smaller than that can be a problem for a person. I mean, tigers are terrifying. Bum, bum, bum. That was... Yeah, right? Even... that just reminded me of... A lot of the creatures in Arcane were really cool, too. I'd be looking... I would love to see more of those. Like, that salamander thing that was in the... that showed up in the... What was that, the end of the second season? That was so cool. And, like, the some of the other creatures that popped in... Like the little fireflies. That was all really good too. Did you ever watch Dragon Prince? Because I really wanted to... I mean, I love the characters in that, but Animation. Oh, you almost drank a cockroach. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just like naming animals, and I'm like, oh yeah, cockroaches. That is horrible. Oh. Yeah. What did you think of Dragon Prince? I love the character design. I just wish the animation was the same level as the character design. Cause like the hearing impaired lieutenant of the army, I forget her name, but she was awesome. I really liked her character. And the brother and sister were so much fun, and the two main characters were really well written. Like everyone was well written. They just weren't well animated. It's like, guys, you gotta, like, what happened? These are the same people that did Korra, and I'm just looking at like, where did your money go, guys? There must have been like some severe cuts when that moved for that series, because like everything about it just kind of, yes, Amaya, yes. Well, it's missing a lot of animation on the younger brother. For one thing, like his head animation felt really kind of clunky. And for a main character, that's really bad. You can't like cheap out on a main character's animation. It shows. Like, and it's a shame because at times the animation was good. Like, during certain fight scenes, it looked great. But then you cut to a scene of two people talking, and you're just like, is this the same show? Like, is this like the Naruto B team or something? Like, who... Did everyone from... Did they run out of money? Like, why is this so different? Because like I said, I like the character design a lot, and the story I heard gets kind of bad in the final season though. I heard that the villain, they try to give him a sympathetic story, and I don't think he really needed one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen clips of it, and it's powerful, but he's a weird looking elf guy. He could have just been just a villain. Like, I don't get why they needed... It feels like they kind of used up time that they could have used to like let the main characters have more character moments, or like put more time into the girl who's got the, what's her name, the guy's daughter who's getting corrupted by the magic, and that would have been a better arc than worrying about like the villain who's a villain. Like, I understand his point of view, but they could have even like not wasted so much time like tiptoeing to it. They should have just been like, he should have essentially just been like, this is why I did this, I'm angry about it, and then everyone else be like, okay, but you don't need to end the world for that. like that doesn't justify all the horrible things you've done at all. We still hate you. You know, it's like, I don't know what he was expecting. Was he expecting like oh, I understand, now we're friends? It's like, no. He was a horrible person. Yeah, her story could have been way better. They should have spent a lot more time with her. Considering he was kind of like... That would have been a more interesting thing for him, of him like thinking he was bonding with her because she reminded him of his daughter, but due to how damaged he is, he's actually corrupting her. That would have been a better story. But instead they made it seem like he was actually trying to help her when he was doing the opposite. Yeah, it was... Yeah. And again, it's just seeing them go from, like... To be fair, even that final season of Korra had moments where the animation took dips. Like, anytime they jammed CG into that show that was, like, blatant CG, like the Gundam... like, that felt really out of place. Like, you have a civilization that's just in the roaring 20s, and they jump to, like, they bypass, like, anything from, like, even World War II to, yeah, we're gonna have a mech be the final big baddie. That too, the mouth, that must have been the other thing. The mouth animations were kind of off. They were a bit delayed. Maybe that's why I wonder if that's part of why I liked Antonia so much, because she used her hands. Maybe that's why I liked her. No, that's not why. I'm kidding. I liked her because her character was cool. Like, she was tough, but not in a, like, overburdening kind of way. She was tough in a, like, you felt like she earned it kind of way. Like, she was in danger several times in that story, but she still was well written in a way where, like, you felt like she was strong, but not just physically. She was emotionally strong too, and that's what I kind of like to see. Because too much movies now are just like, if you're not, you have to be only physically strong, and it's like, some of those situations, being strong wouldn't really help you. Like, they're in the middle of a war with people who live much longer lives than them. So strength doesn't really mean much when the other team has swords that can just, like, melt rock. But that was one of my favorite scenes too, was her taking on the fire elves the first time. That was such an epic fight. That was like... Yeah, that was just really fun. Me too, actually. I thought they were really well designed. Again, it would have been great if they were animated as well as they were designed, but they were very well designed. And it's funny because since I never actually watched the end of the show, I have the art book, but I can't look through the whole thing because I already got a spoiler. I was cruising through and I'm like, whoops, this is someone's final form, apparently. They show off. Oops. Spoilers. I shouldn't have turned to that page. Yeah, but in a way where it's not, like, overbearing, you know? It's in a way where it's like it's well written. Because too much lately, it's been the bad kind, but in other things. But, like, in that, it feels like they're actually, like, they thought it through, and they culturally gave them each a reason to look the way they look. So it feels earned. Because it feels like Disney doesn't know how to do that. Well, both those things actually. I shouldn't just say that. I should say they don't make them pretty or have them be diverse for a reason. Like it's both problems. Like they'll just like plaster people into scenes, and you're just like, wait, why are you here? It's like, because you. Why are you questioning me? What's wrong with you? Because I want a story. That's what's wrong with me. If you give me a story, I won't question it. Yeah, because in their older stuff, I never really questioned it, and they were doing things that were even like not historically accurate in many of their stories. But I was still like, you know what? I don't care. It's fun. Now they try and like be like, look, this scene's 100% accurate. I'm like, that's nice, but that person is acting really strange for this time period, so it doesn't matter that they're wearing the right shirt. Hopefully they'll get back. It seems like everyone's pushing them to get back to the old style because of how bad Wish did. Like that was, I'm glad I didn't actually see. I don't know if you saw that one, but everything I heard about that movie was it just did not do well, and it was not really a good legacy film. It might still, I mean, maybe it's an okay film, but it's not a good like this is our mission statement made into a movie kind of film, you know? So hopefully they'll just go back to being like, here's some Grimm's fairy tales that we're going to redraw in our style and make a few changes here and there just to make the story more accessible to kids. Because that's fine. Like, because they've always changed the stories for kids. Like, I mean, the real Sleeping Beauty was a very different film, and same with Beauty and the Beast. The original had sisters in it that meet a very gruesome end at the end of the story. Yeah, I saw with Wish. I saw I saw a clip of the musical from it with the bad guy. And it didn't look good. I'm like, guys, you used to know how to write musicals, and it seems you've forgotten, kind of. Which is weird because I love the music in Moana. Like, those were good. Those had real, like, staying power to them. I know some people don't like that movie, but I still liked it. I thought it was okay. Oh yeah, Cinderella for sure is very different. Cinderella is one of those ones that, like, well, I mean, they're all like that technically, where like if you do enough research, you can find older roots of it that are like go back to. I think I found one on YouTube that someone was saying that was like included Baba Yaga. So yeah, they're all over the place. Cause trying to think where Cinderella takes place in the version for with that name. Isn't it French? I forget. I never saw Moana 2. Like, I'll have to check it out. I heard it kind of came at. I think I just had like started streaming around then. I was really busy, but because otherwise, yeah, I would have probably gone to see it. But because I like the characters. I mean, I think when the first Moana came out, I watched that making of for it like several times with the Rock, where he's just like he's just playing the ukulele and just like doing his song. Like I think I had that on a playlist on repeat. I think one time. Like I used to love that song. Not that I dislike it now. It's just not really part of my mix anymore. Yeah, I think the villain might have. I forget. There was something about the. Maybe it was the villain, or maybe it was something else that kind of didn't make me think it was going to be bad, but just didn't make me like rush to the theater. So, but if you say that the music's at least good, maybe I'll just try and look that up at least. Because like that's why K-pop did so good, just because the music was so good. Because the story itself is, I mean, it's not bad, but it's pretty basic if you think about it. It's not a super complex story. It's just I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Oh, isn't it like that that's a good isn't I'm trying to think too. I thought it was like another there's like another god or something or like I forget. It's been a while since even heard I even thought about that movie. But like yeah, I forget. Yeah, Moana was one of the ones I disagreed with some of the online people because I think some people weren't just already didn't like The Rock, and I wasn't as familiar with him. I mean, now I think he's kind of one of those celebrity or just those voice actors in general or actors in general where like you just don't, as long as you just look at him as like from the roles he plays, it's fine. Just don't make the mistake of like looking into his personal life because he's one of the many that are like that'll spoil it for you. Like there's so many celebrities where I'm like, oh, this person's great, and then I make the mistake of like going to look at their like political beliefs, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? I've opened the box. It's like I almost trusted you. Why? Why do you have these beliefs? Oh no. You were supposed to be the chosen one. Like with anyone from those, especially don't look up any of the beliefs of people from the newer Star Wars series, because I mean, first of all, why would my advice is always just like celebrities aren't a good place to go for that kind of stuff because they don't live in our world. So I always just look at them and give them kind of like the side eye a bit and be like, yep, go back. It's like, I'm sure you really thought about the average Joe's problems when you were walking into your mansion. But which is why I probably go towards animation too. I mean, not on top of everything else. I just like animation more, just because you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff as much. Because and honestly, voice actors are a lot of times pretty chill. Like I can't think of too many that are that aren't really just relaxed people, because they have the benefit of like they can just go out in public and just blend in. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I listened to a podcast with Dante Bosco and Janet Varney, and those two are really funny. Like Janet's got the best laugh. I love her laugh. She's really fun. Well, he's been to so many conventions, so I'm sure now if you're a fan of anything Avatar, but the average person probably wouldn't have that knowledge. So like you and me, we would see him, but I doubt many other people would, unless they've seen Hooked. I mean, I keep saying Hook with Robin Williams, but that's a much older film, so it's unlikely. Rufio. Get the adult. I'm a lawyer. Get the lawyer. I wonder if he's going to reprise a role in any of the new shows. I mean, the only problem is he's a voice actor who uses like a specific voice, so which is fine. I don't criticize people for doing that. It's if you just want to use your voice, there's plenty of voice actors who do that. I mean, you can't all be what's her name? Well, Matt Mercer, or it was one of them, but there was also that woman who she was doing like all the voices of Cartoon Network for a while. Blanking on her name right now. But she was like in the Powerpuff Girls. She was in like Dexter's Lab. She was in. Oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to think who I'm talking about. It's funny because I always remember her name when I'm trying to remember the name of. Maybe I'll try and do that, because whenever I'm trying to name the voice actor for Azula, I always give this voice actor's name, but so I always forget her name, but. It was such a shame when we lost oh gosh, Kevin. There's been a couple voice actors that we've lost more recently. And it's a shame, because there's a couple really good ones, like my brain's just in fog mode because there's so many. Conroy. Yeah, Kevin Conroy. Mako was did the voice of Uncle. Yeah, he passed away though. Yeah. And then they got the voice actor from The Simpsons, actually, the guy who plays Homer, to do the voice, and I thought he did okay. He didn't have as many lines because like they were smart in like delaying when he spoke, so that. And I know he's a big fan of Mako as a voice actor, so I think even he didn't want to be as big of a role in the final season. Yes. I think that's one thing I really like about the listening to the Critical Role, like their D&D sessions, is hearing them talk about being voice actors and what that life is like. I remember one year Marisha went as as just like military soldier number 8, and she's like, hold on, I gotta do my practice lines. Huh, huh, and she was like doing all the injure sounds. Because yeah, they spend a long time. They have those long sessions when they have to like go in and be like, yep, just make noises like you're getting hurt. I'm curious about this new arc because it's going to be like a. I mean, first we got to get through the. There's 2 movies coming for the. Right, it does. It it definitely sounds interesting. Like there's I mean, you're definitely gonna be. I think the biggest part is you gotta be able to do the acting part, because like obviously like we pointed out, a couple of them don't have that many voices, but if they're a good actor, it doesn't matter. Like Dante Bosco has his voice and that's it, and he's already done like several kids shows, and like he was in American Dragon, Jake Long, and he's been in both Avatar and Korra. Has practically the same character. Well, I mean, same character voice anyway. Like, and then yeah. Plus, it's a lot of work, honestly. I mean, it's good to try, but I mean, it's good. It's better to start off with something smaller anyway. So I don't blame you for that. Because my animatic for my channel is not going to be super long. It's probably going to be. I'm aiming for maybe possibly over a minute, but honestly, it might not even be that. It might be 45 seconds. Because it doesn't have to be. It's not a big story yet. Because where the character is, I mean, he just got trapped in the Fey realm, so, and met the dragons and has teamed up with them. How are we doing time-wise? Nice. Not bad. I was worried it was later than it is. This needs a little bit more work than I... Because I kind of want to make it like a dusk or like a he's like night hunting. So I'm gonna make it. I might even make it darker, slightly darker. But based on that other drawing, I don't want to make it too dark because then you lose the creature. Oh yeah, the second season, the Mighty Nine's actually starting up pretty soon. That'll be exciting. I think that's is it? No, it's in 5 days, I believe. So yeah, I think it's next week. That'll be fun. Because Vox Machina was really good, so I was really impressed with what they did with that series. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see that, but it's really good if you find time. Nice. Yep, it's certainly a long process. Yeah, it's certain. It takes a long time. I don't think I've even tried that long. Like I started to work on some emotes, like animations, but I haven't gotten around to even going back to that yet. So maybe beginning of next year I'll work on those because I'm not in a huge rush for those yet. Oh no! You colored it? What? Yeah, that's gonna make it a little more difficult. You can always just like subdue that layer though, and then just do line work, and then go back to it when you get more frames. So it's not like it's not like lost time or anything. So I wouldn't worry too much. Oh no, it will. I'm just saying, like, just render everything first and then go over it again. Like, use the color, save that layer, and then just make everything above it just line work until you get further. That's what I'm saying. But you know, I'm not seeing what you're drawing yet, so maybe that's bad advice. So. Oops. Oof. Well, yeah, if it's on like, I would say put it on then don't put it on ones. I would say put it on like at most at the at the most I would put it on fours. I would put it on almost eights at times too, maybe. Depending on what you're doing, like if it's action based, you can get away with doing some big jumps. Because I remember Vivzia Madrano when she was making her, I think it was her, it might have been her first music video, or the first one that she has up on her site still, or had on her site for a while. That was in like on like eights or something. It was really like choppy, but it fits the music, so it didn't really matter. Like it still did what it needed to do, so and that's all that really mattered for her. Do 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 do. I would recommend a couple websites actually over those. I had them. Let me see if I can find them. It depends on which one you're talking about too. I had a bunch. Oh, here's reference. Well, for faces, there's refangle.com. Referenceangle.com. And then for bodies, I think they're... Let me see. I had another one for... Oh, Figurosity. Yeah, I would say like Figurosity is pretty good. They have like 3D models, and they have a bunch of free ones that you can just play with. So, because the problem with those things, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes they can be good. I'd honestly say if you can get an action figure, and it's finding a good action figure like a Spider-Man action figure or something is probably a cheaper and better option. Because really, all you're trying to do is get like a pose with for the lighting and to see like where things are in relation to each other. And there are Spider-Man. I think there's like one like action figure that has like stronger rubber bands in it, so that you can pose it better. So I say something like that might be better. Because those models, the good ones, are like what, like $70 or something crazy, whereas like an action figure is like maybe 30 at most. I mean, some of them get more, but I'm just saying for the cheaper ones. Yeah, I would look up stuff like that, like Figurosity and what was the other one? This Figurosity is really good. It's got like some nice 3D models. What's anatomy and words are hard. No, that's not. Never mind. That's not important. That was a different one. Sketchfab? No, that's something else. Never mind. Oh, this is Sketchfab. I think this is the one that's good for vehicles. Maybe. Yeah. Sketchfab is a good place to go for, if you want a 3D turnaround of, like, they have, like, furniture and houses and a bunch of, and you can just, like, spin around in it and use it for reference. Actually, I'm going to use this for my comic, actually. I don't know why I haven't done this. Because this would be great for a comic, because you can zoom in and out, and you could just take a screenshot of something and then just like use it as a reference and clean it up. Yeah, I'm going to have to try that out. Better than my other idea, which was to use Blender, but... Well, because, yeah, there's that. Let's just sketch me. Oh! Yeah! Wait. Yeah, here's one. It's called Just Sketch Me. It's app.justsketch.me. Yeah, you can get it's literally what you're talking about. It's a 3D model, but it's actually got the correct proportions for like the like, and you can oh, they're trying to get me to buy the pro version. Maybe this isn't the best. But you can just take the model itself and just move it around. Like, flappy flap. I can make it flap like a bird. Yeah, there's a couple of choices there now. So I hope those help. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's really nice having all that stuff too. I definitely recommend trying that out because like there's so many times where even just having that kind of like at my disposal really like sped things up. And there's also sites for like I have one for that's just like image reference for movies. Like it'll have like shots for movies and you can just look at them and study why they're good poses, and it's pretty cool. And there's one for anime as well. Yeah. I am going to darken it a little bit. I'll add more light on top of this, but I do want like a stronger like silhouette for this character of him in the dark. Bum, 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 bum. Oops. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Where it's like... maybe a little bit too bright there. Maybe I'll get rid of that. Maybe like a light like a line for the claws. Yeah. Same with the toesies. Put a little shine on the toesies. Shine toes. There. This is coming along. How are we doing on time? Not too bad. About 20 more minutes and then we'll call it because I'm getting kind of tired, but I don't want to give up yet. Like Brush Warriors is a great place to go for like finding a lot of good reference too. They have a full page of like resources where you can just like look up certain things. Like I used it for finding brushes for my everything from finding art challenges to like good places to look for reference photos to a lot. There's a lot there. It's not updated a lot, but it's old enough now, and like that like all the stuff on there is still useful. So boom, boom. I think the one thing I almost did on one of these drawings was I almost looked up like I think it was on like one of the Plant Eaters. I was trying that last one I showed you at the beginning where nope, not that. That I almost looked up like I was trying to find I was going to look up vegetation of like the Jurassic era, but I'm like it's just a monthly drawing. I don't need to, I can always go back and look it up if I really want to, but there's really no need. Which kid? The trying to remember that Piper, because I'm trying to remember. Oh no, you're talking about that kid. Oh, that was definitely something. It was definitely dramatic. You mean when they forced him to? That was the first hint of how nefarious that guy really was. I mean, you knew he was seedy, but like When you saw him do that to the kid, you're like, ooh, he has no brakes. It's all about what gets him forward in life. I can't remember the name of the villain in that. Do you remember his name? I'm blanking on it right now. It's been a while since I've watched it. Now that I have Netflix again, maybe I'll have to watch that next. Because it's been a while. Yeah, no, it was good characterization of him, so I think it was necessary. It wasn't like gratuitous or anything, so I thought it was a well done scene. Because in so many other shows that would have been done in a way where, yeah, it would just been an unnecessary extra, like, over the top scene or something. Like, that's what got me to stop watching The Walking Dead, honestly, is they had a character, Negan. When he came into the picture, and, like, I just thought his character was saying the same thing again and again and again. And I kind of got tired of the message, which was, just don't disobey me. And I'm like, they got it. Stop hitting them with a baseball bat. Your point is very clear. Silco, yes. That was he was a good character. Especially because outside of his flaws, he was trying to do something right. He was just handling it very poorly. Like he saw. I mean, he was holding on to the hate of the past, and he just used it in a way that was just beneficial to him. And if he had just, and I mean, you see in that final season what would happen if he had just had a conversation with his brother and like gone over things, because he's clearly the brains of the two. I mean, it's not like the one guy's not intelligent, but he was just a bit more like I guess business savvy or just savvy in general in politics. So yeah. Yeah, like in that final season, they find that letter that he wrote for his brother, and you're just like, oh man, if only he could have like said these things. But even like another thing that another show wouldn't have done is let certain characters have arcs who aren't who didn't seem like main characters at first, but got to be main characters by the end. I mean, you would, yeah, like Or like there was the woman who was sorry, it's been a while, but she was the one who was the politician, and she was trying to like, at first it seemed like she was going to use that one guy, but then it points out that really she just was trying to help him kind of navigate the bureaucracy. But her story arc in the later season, I mean, even you saw it develop, and I really liked it throughout the whole thing. Actually, like all the stories were fun. Because they all fit together. Like even minor characters really felt like they belonged. And it's like that in Last Airbender, and even, well, to a lesser extent, but still I hold it up in high regard. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood had some really good minor characters that like actually mattered to the story. So I always love seeing that when you can even if you can't remember why a character's important, you just remember that like they were. So it's more than you could say for some stories where it's like a character pops in and they don't matter at all. But like everyone in that story had a purpose. Which is funny because when I first saw the show, oh gosh, there was several characters where I was convinced were going to be just season 1. That was it. Heimeldinger. I thought Heimeldinger in that first season was... at first I was worried about him because he kind of had... he had the gift of foresight of what everyone was walking into because he's an ancient being. He's like several hundred years old or something like that. Right? I can't remember his... Wait, let's see. It might say his age here. Or not. Anyway, the point is he's several hundred... Yeah, he's very... Oh, it says... Yeah, he's over 300. He's like 315 years old or something like that. It says here, but whatever. Point being, he's lived through several human ages, and he's seen magic misused. So when there was that one scene in season 1 where he's like looking at the device, and he's just like, "Oh no!" And I kept thinking of that Simpsons bit where is Dino okay? What do you mean? Oh, it just ate. That's why its mouth is red. Yeah, it just had a successful hunt. So it's quite okay. Yes, he pretty much is, to a degree. But honestly, he was that more in the first season. Later, I'd say he was more of his own character. Like, second and third season, once he met the freedom fighters and actually got to have, like, a voice outside of like the people who weren't listening to him. Like when he finally met other people that were interested in what he had to say. Like Echo. Echo and him were a good combination. Like those two were such a cool team up. That they're probably one of my favorite team ups in the show, honestly. But it's hard to choose. Honestly, this show's full of good moments. I was just happy that he didn't like just become irrelevant or something, because in so many other shows, a character like that would be like good for the first season as like a warning for what's to come, and then they would just drop him. But in this, he's important through the whole thing. Why is it like that? Oh, because I'm on the wrong color. Yeah. But like I said, there's so many characters. It's hard to have, and there's so many they couldn't even fit in, obviously. So. Yeah, it's such a. I mean, this is a giant cast, and considering the amount of care put into like the animation, it's incredible that they could like get this done. Like you don't. That's a lot of work. No, it's not even a fraction of them. It's like, I mean, it's like a tiny percentage of what is. Oh, I love the soundtrack. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. I think I got a good. This is a good place to say it. Now it looks like one. So, thanks for sticking around. It's nice having someone to talk to. You'll have to tell me how your progress is on Friday. Yeah, that's cool. I'll be curious to hear how many more frames you have done by then. But yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll be back Friday at streaming at 6 again, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, if you find and I'll try and stream for this long again, because it's weird how like certain things like drawing dinosaurs for some reason I can just do for longer. Like I think working on the comic is a little more exhausting, so it's a little harder to do as long. But I'll definitely be drawing some more dinosaurs. So yeah, I'll see you then, and have a great rest of your week. Oh, nice. I can't wait to see it. I'll have to... Is it or? Well, I'll check later, because it's probably already up on your site, on your YouTube page, right? Because if not, then I'll. If not, then just let me know when it. Just like DM me or something and let me know when it is, or maybe next week. I mean, on Friday, let me know if it's up yet, and I'll go check it out. So, okay, cool, even better. Sure. So I'll check for it there. I started doing that too, so I'm starting to get back to there. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. So, cool. Well, enjoy the rest of your week.